In this video, I'll show you how to use bins and lists in Power BI. So I'm in Power BI desktop and I have a set of data set which has been opened over here. But before I explain you to bin and list within Power BI, it is very important to understand the concept uh, named as histogram. So, what is a histogram? Histogram is basically a visual representation of the distribution of quantitative data. So, take for example, if you have a table with some sort of data, say, take for example, age of your customer, and you want to generate a report or a chart or a visual basically to identify what are the age ranges of customer which is making that like making that sales, now that basically we call it as a bin. So take for example, if you have a age group of 20 to 30, and if you have a age group of 30 to 40 and 40 to 50, and you want to understand the sales structure, how it is being conducted, okay, and which age group is more attractive for a specific product. Okay, so histogram will help you understand that. Okay, so the whole goal is to generate a histogram. So histogram works on the concept of frequency or a count. And as you see over here, like these are like some of the examples. So histogram of travel time to work, data by absolute number. So histogram of travel time to work based on US 2000 census. So this was a research being conducted to check the travel time to work in the United States for a specific year, and then these were the results which were generated. So that's proportion of people per 1 minute interval. So like that. We will be creating those bins for that specific example. So jumping into Power BI. Now in Power BI, I have a simple table over here. So I'm just going to pick customer table. Now, if you want to see what this customer table has, so I'll pick a uh, table visual, and then I'll show you what it has. So it has customer ID, it has a customer name, the customer city, country, postal code, and so on and so forth. So this is the data set basically which I have for a customer. It's a huge set of database data list. So as you see over here, it goes into like 20,000 records. Okay, now if you want to analyze out of this record set, I want to analyze uh, what are the different set of like sales happening for that customer. So I can make use of a sales table. So in sales table, I have something called as a sales amount. So if I select the sales amount, then it will list down all the sales amount. Now, as you see over here, this is spread across country: France, UK, Germany, Australia, okay, Canada. Now, if I want to just like do some analysis for a specific country, so then what I can make use of is something called as a bins. Uh, Now there's one more column which I want to show you. It's named as age. Okay, so it will also show me the age of the customer which is making that sales amount. Okay, so uh, coming back to this particular table, so customer table. Now how do we create a bins basically? So first start with this record set. Okay, so I have a uh, column called a state. Okay, so let's focus only on customer state. Okay, so customer state and the sales amount. So I'm just going to remove all other values over here. So I'm just going to remove customer, so that'll be just customer state and sales. Now if you want to remove customer as well, then you will see that there is a state and there is a sales amount. Now these states are mixed across various countries. So if you want to just analyze the sales happening within Australia, okay, or Canada, then what you can do is like you can pick up that say column, and then you create something called as a group. So I'll create a group, and within this group I can name like state province group or something like that. So I'll just call it as a state group. Okay, now I can see from this list there are various states for different countries. Okay, so take for example New South Wales. And then we have something called as Queensland. So I'll just select New South Wales, I'll select Queensland, and I'll select Tasmania. Okay, so these are like states within Australia, and I'll click on group. Now here I have this group created. Now I can rename this group. I can call this as Australia. And then similarly, I will say I don't want to do anything on, say, US. Okay, so I can even add this into the group. So I have this South Australia. Okay, now South Australia also belongs to Australia. Now you have no other options but to create a group. So take for example, if I create a group over here, now I cannot add directly into Australia group. So then the other options what I have remained is to just ungroup it. So I'll just come here, I'll just ungroup it, and then I will add Queensland to this group. But here you cannot directly add into a specific group, so you need to select that group. First, what I'll do is like I'll just ungroup this. I'll select Queensland, I'll select Australia over here, I'll click on group. Okay, so this is how you basically add a record into the group. So South Australia also belongs to Australia. So I'll just ungroup this and I'll select South Australia, select Australia, and then group. Okay, so now I have added this items into Australia group. Now similarly, I can create a group called as Canada. So let me pick up Canada. So there's a British Columbia, and let me pick up Ontario. Okay, so just for example, so I'll just add this as a separate group and then I'll call this as Canada. Okay, now I just want to do analysis in Australia, Canada, and other countries belongs to other bucket. So I'll just say include other group. So there will be another group as well. Remember, this is a group type of list. You have no other option because as this is a string value, it will only allow you to group type by list. So I'll click on OK. So I have basically created a group now. And now if I want to analyze the information, I can just select state group. I will remove state province. And here I get this analysis. Australia sales is this, Canada sales is this, and other is 101. So this is how you basically do those kind of an analysis with the help of list. Now there is another concept called as bins. Okay, so bins, anything which is related to numeric, you can create a bins. Okay, so just to show you the example, so if I click on table, then if I select customer, and if I select age, so I can see all the age of the customer, and then I can add sales record as well. Okay, so I'll just say sales amount, and then these are the list of the customers with the age group with the sum of sales amount. Now what if I want to segregate and say I want to see the sales amount between the age group of 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like that? Then how do we go about that? So for that, first you need to pick up the column through which you want to create that categorization. So if I select age, then same step, click on new group. Now remember, as it is a numeric column, you get another option called as bin and list. Okay, now list was only available when we selected the state because state was string, right? But here now I'm getting two options, bin. So now if I want to categorize, I can categorize either on basis of the size of the bins or the number of bins. I can directly say I want, say, number of bins from 20 to 80. Okay, minimum value is 20, maximum value is 80, and it will say bin count is 53. Now bin count is too much for that, so I'll just say I just want 10 bin count, and then it will pick up the bin size as 6. Okay, so this is how you basically calculate that bin. So it is up to you if you want to specify number of bins or the size of the bins. You can specify the size of the bin and you can say I want 10 bin size. Okay, and then it will create bins as per size 10. Okay, so I'll say in my case I just want number of bins, which is a bin count of 10. It will tell me that bin size is 6, and I'll click on OK. Now it will generate that bin size, and what I will do, I will just remove the age from here, and in customer I will add this age bins. And now, as you see over here, it's telling me that Aaron Adams bin is 68, Aaron Alexander bin is 20, And I can even generate a report on basis of this. So if I want to have something in, say, column chart, okay, and in column chart in the x-axis, what I want is age bins, okay. I don't want customer. And here, as you see, this is the distribution. So this is basically telling me the distribution of the sum of sales amount, and the sum of sales amount is most at the age of, like, say, 56, as you see over here. Age bins of 62 is 2 million, but for this one is like kind of 83 million sales. So this is how you can basically generate those analysis uh, by using the bins. Now you can rename the bins. If you want to edit this bin, you can just go over here, and if you click on edit groups, it will allow you to edit it. You can change the name. You can say age distribution as the name. So I'll just type in age distribution. And this time I'll say I don't want 10 bin count, but I'll say 5 bin count. But now the bin size would be 12. Okay, so bin count is 5, bin size is 12. The moment you do that, watch what happens. So you have a bin size of 12, okay, and you have 5 bins. So as you see over here, this is the bin size you have created, right? And again, it will show you that, oh, people belonging to the age group of age distribution of 68 has done more sales compared to other age groups. So this is how you can do an analysis. Now the one which we created, the grouping between the list, okay, so this is what we have created for state group. Again, we can come over here and we can just say edit this group. We can make changes over here, like if you want to add, say, United States, you can add. So take, for example, if I just pick California and Arizona, and I'll just add over here, and I'll just name this as US, Arizona, and California. I just want to analyze US, Arizona, and California. I'll click on OK, and then this particular table will get then updated. I can convert that into a bar chart, and as you see over here, it is giving me other as more, and Australia, US, and Canada in a different visuals. We can visualize the sales amount depending on various categories. So this is on basis of the list, and this is on basis of the bins. So this is how you can basically use bins to generate the visual related to category. Now the category can be age, category can be a state, it can be a product, it can be product category, it can be anything. So if you want to categorize on basis of some category, then make sure that you create a group and then accordingly select list or bin depending on the data type. So that's it, folks. This is all about groupings for bins and list within Power BI. Thanks for watching.